Hey guys, it's Tyler here, and today we're going to be talking about defining standards and how that applies to unconditional hospitality. So, question right off the bat, do you have high standards? If you were selected to work at Chick-fil-A, typically that means we saw that you have high standards in your life. So you need to question, how do those high standards translate into my job at Chick-fil-A? So I'm going to give you guys a couple scenarios to help set the tone here. Imagine yourself on an outside window and you're with a team of people out there, and some of them are acting lazy. They're leaning against the wall, they're texting on their phones, they're not carrying their weight. How does that make you feel? Second scenario, you're bagging for front counter, and your front counter runner, they're slow, they're dragging their feet, not really showing that they care about the guest or helping you. They're just kind of getting back and forth on their own time, and your food is piling up on front counter and you're just waiting for it to go in the dining room, but your runner's taking forever. Scenario 3, you're drive-through bagging and your window person keeps on disappearing, and you're like, where does this person keep going? You walk into the kitchen and you see them back there texting on your phone, leaning on the counter, and you're just like, really? I'm over here slammed and I'm over here doing all of my work plus your work, and you're just back here texting on your phone? So the question you ask when you see those 3 scenarios is, do I change the way I help this person in the future? Obviously, this person's not carrying their weight, they're not being a team member. Instead, it's me carrying my work and their work. So am I going to change the way that I serve this person in the future? And a person with high standards would answer that question, no, because their standards are high. I have high standards, so I am not going to change the level in which I serve guests because of the way that my team member is acting. And so we need to think through serving the guest unconditionally at all times. Is like, no matter what my team members are doing, I will still make sure that the guest gets the best experience possible. No matter what my manager is doing, I will still make sure that the guest gets the best experience possible. And so no way am I going to lower my standards because my team member did, or because one of my coworkers did. I will keep my standards extremely high, and I will push on through and give the best that I can for the sake of the guest, getting the best experience. And so that's why we got to consider is, even though some of these scenarios, yeah, they irk us or they might make us irritated because you're feeling like you're carrying the weight of yourself and others, but you've got to think of that end goal is to give the guest the best experience possible. And so you got to do everything you can and forget about what your team members are doing or what your other leaders are doing, but you got to think about you, yourself, and your standards. If your standards are high, then you will fight to do everything you've got to give the guest the best experience possible, no matter the circumstances going on around you or in the room. So when you're thinking about unconditional hospitality, that means that you don't expect things in return. That means that you give all that you've got without expecting anything from your team. It's that you're going to give 100% all the time. It's not that I'm on drive-through bagging, so I give 50%, you're on front counter bagging, so you give 50%. The two of us together make 100. That's not going to cut it. If you're going to give unconditional hospitality, provide the guest the best service possible to all of our guests, it means that you got to give 100% every single time in every single position that you're at all times. 100% from everybody. And it's 100 from me, 100 from you, everyone around, and that's how the guest is going to get the best experience possible. And that's all.